But, you know, there were enough examples on YouTube of some of these women that were, you know, the cracking and the vocal problems that they had. When you take away the electronics from a purely vocal place, they're not necessarily in such great shape. So the discussion has to be, according to me anyway, has to be about when you're young, we want you to use your whole voice. Want you to know how to do your high and your low and your middle without having any one thing be too extreme, because you don't really know where you're going to go. You know, you don't really want to limit yourself. And sometimes even, I had a woman who came to me who was in the original cast of 9. And this was, oh, I don't know, in the 80s sometime. And she had a beautiful voice. And she had done other musical theater stuff, and she wanted to work. And so I said, you know, I don't think your head register is too awfully strong. Why don't we spend some time there? And so we're working. And after a while, her head register was just flying, and she sounded beautiful. I took her as far into a classical sound as I could because she wanted to do that. And at some point she came to me and she said, I want to become a professional classical singer. And I said, now at that time she was probably in her early 40s. And I said, well, you could vocally absolutely work as a professional classical singer, as a lyric soprano right now today, because the sound is a stunningly beautiful sound. But there's a lot more to it than that. I said, you need to learn repertoire, you need to know languages, and you need to know style. You can't just have a beautiful voice and then go be a classical singer. Well, she took off and went on her own, and she fell in love with, of all people, Messiaen. And she made a classical recording of Messiaen's songs, and she performed in little small venues as a classical singer and got her feet wet, and then she got a couple bigger, and sure enough, she didn't have a huge career as a classical singer, but she did work as a classical singer.